YouTuber Kizuna Ai です。みんなゴールデンウィーク。
Hey guys, RC Anime here. So, I'm gonna go on a whim and sound a bit pretentious, but I think in the past 12 years, the biggest developing art form has been the YouTube video.
あなたを見たことがあります。
本当に？どっからだろう？
YouTube で見たことありますよ。
そうそう、私です。
愛チャンネル。あなたキズナアイさんですよね。
From the very first video uploaded onto YouTube to what we have today, the internet video form has probably become the fastest evolving medium in history.
We're all content!
But with knowing that, I have a question. Do you ever watch a YouTube video and consider what goes into the making of it?
Okay, we're good?
I mean, how do you create fast-paced bits of entertainment while making it seem effortless? Generally, the main key to it all, of course, is editing. A lot of people refer to editing as the real jarring stuff though, like mass transitions or moving graphics. And while that kind of stuff is definitely engaging and fun to watch, you can always see where the editor is putting in hours on After Effects. It's really cool stuff, but really conspicuous. The more impressive, and I think actually harder, kind of editing is simple, unnoticed cutting.
Keeping
a video visually eye-catching is important, but even more so is the pacing and flow of it. An average YouTube video is 6 to 8 minutes long, and some of them convey entire storylines that's fitting enough for a short film. The best way to condense all that information is by keeping the momentum brisk. This is where iChannel excels so well. On average, her videos are around 5 minutes long and can contain up to 100 cuts. It's hard to go through 5 seconds of her videos without seeing at least one splice. That's insane because you as the viewer probably never notice it. And here's why.
あれ？飛べてるんですか？私って飛べないんですか？もしかして。え？なんでこれ入れたの？え？背景を取り直して次。
First, Kizuna Ai's videos are visually uniform. Her white outfit against a white background doesn't create much contrast, and the loyalty to her pink and white color scheme is evident throughout her work, which may include her props or text that appear on screen. Compare that to Tom Scott, whose stuff is great by the way. He has linguistic videos where he wears a sharp red t-shirt over a beige background. For him, in order to maintain a similar quick pace, he films long takes of himself to have as little edits as possible. Sure, it's super admirable, but it takes a lot of effort and can get exhausting.
And if you want to know why it took me 21 takes to record this... And if you want to know why it took me 22 takes to record this intro, you try switching them around.
Having that said, even Tom Scott's got a color scheme going on, having many of his text on screen as the same color of his shirt. Sometimes he even slides himself across the screen for variety instead of cutting to a different angle, since he only has one camera on him here. This brings us to the second point.
あれですよね、これ多分私の足が長すぎて。
Kizuna Ai films herself from multiple angles, and we don't really think about it since her character feels so authentic. We forget about the face rig program being used to trace her movements and don't realize that a real person is doing all of this in a studio. The unique angles are also given more variety when the footage of her is shrunken, in order to make the space itself feel larger, so that Kizuna Ai isn't trapped in a 16x4 box. At least, not when she doesn't have to be. This is a whole virtual world belonging to the character. But even in this large space, she uses it quite conservatively, because of the dirt rule. One way to have an edit go unnoticed is to do a match cut. Now, match cuts can sometimes be the most noticeable cut in a film, since it's normally connecting two separate moments into one. But if you force your audience to focus on one portion of the frame, cutting to an object in that same portion, a lot of the time, our eyes are unfazed. Since we're already looking at where we're supposed to, Kizuna Ai can toss in 5 or more cuts before we can even realize it. When her editing is noticeable, usually it's done for comedic effect.
こんな感じの。で、た？
These are the moments where we usually cut from a medium or a long shot into a close-up, working as emphasis on a dramatic beat in the video, or a checkpoint.
有罪です。懲役一生です。
This isn't so different from what you can usually find in Hollywood films, like those by Fincher.
I just want you to be you again.
Of course, in film, there are more variables to play with, but keeping editing invisible is still important, and you can get that by cutting to movement. Now, when we say cutting to movement, most people assume that movement is always physical. That's not always the case. Sometimes the movement can be emotional.
体力測定って2人1組とか誰かいるもんですよね。
You can see that with Kizuna Ai, every noticeable cut pushes the dramatic flow of the video. And as her videos become more ambitious with their editing, it's still amazingly consistent.
これは BGM こっちの方がいやアップロード完了
This is one of the main driving forces as to why iChannel's videos are so entertaining, because this is what YouTube was originally all about. Quick bites on the go with a steady sense of pacing. It is something that so many YouTubers and I myself have tried to accomplish over the years. And honestly, I think Kizuna Ai is one of the best editors on YouTube right now, because by utilizing a fast-paced marathon of classical edits, you keep your video supple and easy to watch, where before you know it,